The shadow tunnel. In the misty Himalayas, a forgotten tunnel lay hidden between the mountains. Travelers avoided it, whispering tales of those who entered but never returned. They called it the Shadow Tunnel. 17-year-old Aditya didn't believe in ghost stories. He was an adventurer, always seeking the unknown. So, when he and his friends, Meera, Vikram, and Rishi, found an old map making the tunnel's entrance, they decided to explore it. It was dusk when they arrived. The entrance yawned before them, a gaping black hole in the mountainside. Cold air seeped out carrying a faint rotten smell. "Let's just check it out for a few minutes," Vikram said, trying to sound brave. Their flashlights flickered as they stepped inside. The walls were damp, covered in strange ancient markings. The deeper they went, the heavier the air felt, as if something unseen was watching. Then came the whisper. "Turn back," Meera said. "Did you hear that?" Aditya shook his head, but his fingers tightened around the flashlight. "It's just the wind." But then they heard it again. Closer. "You don't belong here suddenly," Rishi screamed. He pointed to the tunnel wall. His shadow was stretching, twisting unnaturally. It wasn't following his movements anymore. It was moving on its own. Panic set in. They turned to run, but the tunnel behind them had changed. The entrance was gone. Only endless darkness remained. Then, in the dim light, figures emerged, shadows with hollow glowing eyes. They moved soundlessly, their shapes shifting like smoke. One of them whispered, "Stay with us." Aditya felt a cold hand grip his wrist. He jumped and grabbed Meera's hand. "Run!" With every step the tunnel twisted, leading them deeper instead of out. The wall seemed to close in, suffocating them. Just when hope was fading, Vikram tripped over something, a skeleton clutching an old lantern. Desperate, Aditya grabbed the lantern and lit it. A dim light burst through the tunnel, and the shadows shrieked, retreating into the darkness. The tunnel trembled. Then, as suddenly as it had vanished, the entrance reappeared. They ran, never looking back. The next morning, they had returned with villagers. The tunnel was gone. Only solid rock remained where the entrance had been. But sometimes, late at night, if you stood near the mountains and listened carefully, you could still hear the whispers.